you here, they don't pay much attention. And it led me to try and figure out what it is I wanted to do. And I was, all my life, always interested in two things. I was interested in the entertainment industry, and I was interested in politics. Now again, when you're a scared, skinny kid, you're 18 years old, living in New York, and you take a look at both worlds, I think that often you come to conclude that Washington is just Hollywood for ugly people. I came out here where the pretty people were. And I started a PR firm. I didn't know what PR was. I had no idea what PR was. But I started one because, did I mention to you that I was scared and skinny? Are you sure? I was scared and skinny. I came out here. I didn't have a job or education or money. Couldn't get a job. And so I started my own company. This PR firm, because I was so scared and skinny and I worked so hard and I was lucky in the right place at the right time, this PR firm grew to one of the 3 largest entertainment PR firms in the country. And I've represented, as I said, 58 Academy Award winners. I started later on another endeavor that I knew nothing about. That was called book writing. I've written 19 books. 5 of them are bestsellers, including a book called Guerrilla PR. And Guerrilla PR is the most widely used introduction to PR in the world. Guerrilla PR is a book that's predicated on a theory that says that public relations is like gift wrapping. So the idea is that if I came to visit you today, and what is your name? Erin, I came to visit you today and I gave you a gift, and I gave you a gift in a Tiffany box. In your mind, the gift would have a higher perceived value than if I gave it to you in no box or a box of less prestige. Is that true, Erin? Now, why is that true? Why is it true for Erin? What's your name? Go. George. It is true not because the people in this room, Erin included, are psychological fools, but because we live in a culture. We live in a culture in which we gift wrap everything. And so we gift wrap our politicians and our corporate heads and our movie and TV stars and even our toilet paper. And so public relations is a process, I contend, of gift wrapping. A product, a service, a person. In such a way that it creates more demand for your product or service. So, as I began to work with the biggest stars in the world, I found myself confronting a question that was vital for me early in my career. And the question was, and the question that I'm going to share with you is what I've come to talk to you about today. This one question that I've been thinking about for a little over 25 years. The question was there something that super successful people knew that we, mere mortals, didn't know? Was there something that the people that I was working with, the biggest stars in the world, knew that we didn't know? And if there was something that they knew that we didn't know, was it transferable? Now remember, when you're scared and skinny, you're very invested in the answer to this question. Because if there is nothing that the super successful know, and if it is not transferable, who's luck? By the way, I neglected to do something to that, and I almost want to apologize for not doing it. I neglected to do this. I do this assiduously when I begin to speak, because I just do it. Is anyone here squeamish about rough language?
Fuck no.
I want to be, without asking, I feel uncomfortable. I use rough language when I talk. And I do it it not to be obnoxious. I do it because I want it to be dramatic and clear. See, my job today is not, first of all, my job is not, the greatest compliment you can pay me today, even if you differ with me, is for me to leave, shake your hand, and have you say, Michael, I differ with you completely, but you're very clear. So, anyway, I use rough language. If it bothers you, I apologize to you. I don't do it gratuitously, or at least I hope I don't. I hope it's okay. So, the question about is there something super successful people know that we mere mortals don't know, and is it transferable, was the obsession of my life. And at first, it seemed that I was out of work. Because when you take Oprah Winfrey and Bill Clinton and say, what is it that they have in common other than they got a lot of dough? There doesn't seem to be anything at first glance. Michael Jordan and Bill Gates, other than they got a lot of dough, doesn't seem to at first glance. And so the first year or two of my asking this question really brought me no result, which, as I said to you, because I was very invested in a positive answer, was depressing. But for some unexpected